I think we are live. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to another Saturday night, fun Saturday night with Ron Unconditional Love Terrell. And big shout out to my awesome guest, Hershey, the Shadow
Mm.
Reader.
Hello, hello.
Welcome, Hershey.
Thank you, thank
So,
you.
okay, I just want to say hi a couple of people. Tonight we'll be talking about near-death experience. Just give me a second now. Just give me a second. Alright. Okay, I muted my YouTube because it echoed on me. So I thought I was muted and it went on mute. It unmuted me somehow. Okay, so I'm
Mhm.
back. We'll be talking about near death experience for those, because my guest also had, you had a couple near death experience, or maybe more. I don't know how many you had, uh, which everyone's near death experience is a little bit different. To me, it's a gift that I received when I had mine when I was a child. You had yours when you were an adult, right?
Yes,
Hershey?
yes.
Yeah. So I want to say hi to everybody in the chat here. Let me see. We have Wendy. We have Pieces, Pisces, Greta, Pieces, uh, Pisces, Paula, Teresa, Joanne. I
Hello.
got your questions up there. Wani R. Miss Moonlighting is in the house. How many? We have a lot of people. I didn't go. Esther is in the house. I have five questions. I'm going to say the ones I do have. I have Joanne question. I got Dan Artis question. Tracy C. Pisces, Paula, and Joanne again, the second time. So I don't know which one you want. Anyway, one or the other. So tonight we'll be talking about near-death experience, which is a different energy to to most people. Not all people have a near-death experience, but some that do. I realized I watched a lot of near-death experience from other people on YouTube and things like that because of mine, and I realized that we have one thing in common. Most of us have one in common, which is after you have a near death experience, a real one. I'm talking about a real one, but some people, you know, you know what I mean. They think they did, but they didn't. It depends on the energy. I can tell when they had a
Mhm.
real. So, uh, and we have one thing in common, which is once you have a real near death experience, they come back. And one thing they have in common, they're not no longer afraid of death. There's so many people on earth that are afraid of death, which is, you know, once you're on the other side, you realize how that is. Geez, yeah, it's a lot different on the other side than it is over here.
It is.
Here, yeah,
It definitely
we're
is.
living in we're living like constantly in illusions, delusions, and everything. So surrounded by us with all these programs were picked up when we're children. We are absorbed by these programs, and then thank you so much for your donation. Thank you so much, uh, Chili Dog. Uh, Junior, okay, I'm watching the chat, so I got a lot of things to do. So, okay, so thank you, Wendy. Thank you. Please put your caps in. Put your questions in caps so we can see them. Um, so I'll hand it over to Hershey so she can tell her story about her NDE. So if you have any questions afterwards, we can answer them a little bit. But she can only be here for an hour and a half at the longest. So please be patient for that. Thank you very much. Thank you for supporting. Thank you, all my moderators. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for the thumbs up. So, uh, yeah, you see, there's already people in the chat saying like Joanne says, I had a near death experience. It was so peaceful. Okay,
Mhm.
so go ahead, Hershey. Explain how you got into YouTube and how what your near death experience was your whatever how many you had. I think you had two or three. I don't sure, not sure.
Um, well, I had, I did not, when I had my, on March 14th, 2011, I didn't have a YouTube. I was a college student going to school.
Okay,
I was raising kids. I was supposed to have surgery that day, so I was getting ready, got the kids to school. I was getting out of the shower, and little things were different that my then husband noticed and kind of stick out to him now. But at that point, we were kind of rushing around, so he didn't think anything of it. And I had asked for a cup of coffee, and normally my coffee has to have cream and sugar in it, or half and half and sugar. Anyway, I wanted it black that day. Like, I still to this day, I cannot drink black coffee. I can't do it. It's bitter. So he thought it was odd. So anyway, to make a long story short, he brought it to me after I guess apparently was yelling about it. Um, After I drank almost half the cup, I was getting dressed and apparently I hit the floor. From what I can recall, they told me that a aneurysm had ruptured on the right side, just behind my ear, and I was bleeding from my eyes, my nose, my ears, my mouth. I was bleeding from everywhere that I had holes up above my shoulders. I was turning purple, they said. By the time the ambulance had got there, I had lockjaw and they had to pop out all of my teeth to unlock my jaw with some weird medical thing. They they got me stable. They got me loaded onto the ambulance, and we were en route to the hospital when I now know I coded the first time. What I remember, not what I was told, what I remember is that I woke up in the ambulance. And when I woke up in the ambulance, somehow I wanted to leave the ambulance and the door opened. I don't know. I floated out of the ambulance, and for 2 minutes and 20 something seconds, I was completely flat, lined. They, I don't know like every single detail. What I remember is them telling me that everything I went through in my life, I was meant to go through it. It was all fated. Some of it was really messed up, that part of the plan, the equalness and the balance between light and dark, how I needed to kind of bring my butt mentally from what I was and be better at different things. I needed to help other people. Um, it was Everything was dead. Like, I don't know who was telling me this. I don't know where it's coming from. Um, I could see things that I can't explain. Like, I don't want to say it was a dome, but I could see something above me, and it was like there was layers above that of something. What the only words I can explain look like one of Dante's Inferno's oil canvases. It didn't look like pearly gates. It didn't look like stuff I had heard about from other people. So I got real quiet about my story because maybe I didn't do that. Maybe it was something I was imagining. I didn't know. I didn't have anybody that could relate to what I saw. And then in 2013, I found this mystery channel. Oh, well, I jumped ahead. Sorry. I was in the ambulance. I came back to the ambulance. Sorry, that's the left and right side taking over. After 2 minutes and 20 something seconds, I come back into my body. I feel a pull. I'm back in my body, but I'm unconscious. I can hear what's going on. I'm in severe pain. It feels like a sledgehammer's hitting me in the back of my head. Um, as they're wheeling me into the OR in St. Louis at Barnes Hospital, um, they said that my eyes started rolling into the back of my head and I started seizing, foaming at the mouth. Not foaming, but saliva and stuff. I I got into surgery, and somewhere in the middle of an 18 and a half hour surgery, I flatlined again for 2 minutes and 40 something seconds. And it was pretty much the exact same thing, only this time it was more about I was physically talking to something with wings. He said his name was Azazel. He said that he would help guide me into the shadows cleanly so that I could help people. I could show them that there's light in the darkness, how to find the light if they don't know where it's at. Um, but I wouldn't see him very often, that I would be matched with someone else. And he left, but I never actually saw him. I just saw the wings and this huge, like, sword thing. And then I saw this very large, like, I don't know, like 15-foot monster, what I thought was a monster, coming. And he's talking about this shadow work and that I'm a root worker and that I should be doing this and I should be doing that. And that when I come back on this borrowed time, that I have to tell my story. I have to tell my story. I have to remember. I have to remember. Certain things you won't remember. Certain things will never come back. Certain things will come back with triggers. But I was never a form. And from what I visually remember, everything was dead. It wasn't like, I don't know, there was no gates. There was no pearlies or bright lights or stairways. There was none of that. Everything was just dead. So I don't know if I was in a limbo state. I don't know if I was in a void. I don't know if I was in a portal. I don't know. I just know everything was dead and it was sound, and I was just like a blob of energy. I didn't have arms or eyes. I didn't feel like I had anything human, like, at all. And then I feel the pull of them pulling me back again. And both times my body went into a stroke and a heart attack, to save my life, I guess, along to help the doctors out, to bring me back. So I wanted to talk about it, but there's a lot that I can't say because I don't know how to say, what I saw or how I felt it, because I don't know how to put an emotion or a feeling into a word. I'm not sure that it exists, and if it does, I don't know it, but it's more questions than answers. I know what I saw, I know what I felt, but I want to know why it was this way. I just have more questions than I have anything else.
Yeah. Well, what I can say about mine is that I had communications, like you're talking about, your communication with on the other side. They talk to me. They don't talk to you like me and you talk. They talk to me through telepathic talks, like, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Oh,
also they left me with images so I could remember and communicate uh, my story to others, because it's funny. I mean, people talk about seeing light and seeing Jesus and all that stuff. I didn't see no Jesus. I but I, even though I was a child, uh, I didn't see Jesus. But what I know about Jesus, and when I was on the outside, I know he existed. It's funny, eh? Know
hmm.
the presence of the energy. I knew that he was like a man, came on man, that he's he's way okay. How can I explain? He's way up there in the um, energy vibes or levels, because it works by levels. You got the lower level and you got the
Yeah, that's what I was
we're
saying.
working at
There's,
we're
there's just
actually
levels
working.
and layers. Yeah,
Yes.
it looked actually it looked like fighting. Like it looked like that oil canvas of Dante's Inferno, where it was like layer on top of layer, and it looked like gods and goddesses and titan. I don't know. I cannot tell you who those things and people and angels were. I
Yeah.
can tell you the one that addressed me addressed himself as Metatron. He was about 15 feet tall. He had black wings, and he did not come to play. He came to remove negativity from my head and showed me how to put positivity in there.
Yes, you're right. You're
And
right
he was
about
the
that.
only one that physically showed up. And I physically can see him. I can physically talk to him like I'm talking to you right now when I
Yeah.
want to. But the two that I have all the time that I guess are assigned to me is somewhat downloaded, but in my sleep, I think I work with them and can physically see them. But I think it's different when I'm asleep than versus when I'm awake.
Of course. Of course.
Very
Because mine was,
different.
it depends on what you have to send out messages because of your near death experience or your light or your path. Okay. Mine was, I actually saw, uh, it's like people I knew, like my ancestors, people, guys. There was
Mhm,
10, 12,
mhm,
and I could see the shape of it, and I could see the light right through them. Okay, I could see right through them, like
mhm,
Jesus, because they're not physically there. They're they're, they're just energy, like energy white light. But there's one thing that really really stuck in my mind. I saw red hearts, every one of them. I said, "Oh my
mhm.
God,
Wow.
that was a message for me. That
Wow.
was a message of love
Wow.
coming
Yeah,
from my
no,
heart."
that's wonderful. I
Okay,
wish I would have saw something like that. I
and
didn't see that. I
and
just saw
and
energy blobs everywhere.
and I can
Just
tell you
energy,
something.
energy, energy everywhere. Everything was energy.
And I can tell you something about, we have free will here, but we do have free will on the other side also.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely. I've
so
always kind of worked with spirit my whole life. So energy never dies. So just because you're physically here right now watching us as screen fillers for YouTube, um, this energy is having a third and fourth dimension human experience right now. We are literally energy, and that's literally what
what
we
I
go back to
what
being.
I do know, in all I experienced, that we are light beings. We came on this on Earth to have a human experience, like we have
Mhm,
a journey as a human being. But we were light beings before we came here. It's not that you're going to be a light being. You always were a light being before, but you didn't know it.
mhm. Well, yeah, light,
That's
but
what.
not all of us are bright white lights,
No,
you
no,
know.
no, no. Because there's
Oh,
there are
okay. I mean,
there are levels of, like,
that was like the biggest thing. It was balance. You must have balance.
yes, of course. Okay.
Like they etched it in my brain or something.
So I was talking about free will on the other side. They actually showed me something. They took their hands like this. I saw it. They said, "We have a place for you there." So I didn't say, "Okay, I'll stay or I'll go." I never had a chance of that, because that showed me, because I remember that stuff. That showed me that I had free will. I could have stayed or I could have left, but I didn't actually say anything or telepathically say anything. I just turned around this way. Uh, then all these people that I saw, the 10, 12 people with all their hearts, disappeared. And the only thing I can explain is that it was like the sun coming at me, like really, really fast. And the
Okay.
sun can blind you. If you ever look at the sun straight and try to look at the sun when it's bright, it'll blind you. You're like you can't see a friggin' thing, because, and it came towards me and it went in my body. But I was sick when I was young. I had epilepsy.
Mm,
Epilepsy at the time, the they did. There's several kinds of epilepsy. I had severe epilepsy. Like I would get go into it every, I don't know, 2 minutes, one after another, one after another. So you know
Wow.
what I mean. And like I say, once you cross over, I was surrounded by pure unconditional love. That's why I got my name, Ron Unconditional Love. That's where my channel comes from. By the way, so uh, I saw everything that was going on. We were in a taxi. They were taking me to the hospital in a taxi. A
Hmm.
nurse had me in her arms. My mother was screaming on the other side, in the back, like it was sitting in the back seat somehow. I saw the whole thing. I could see my mother's panicking and everything.
Oh yeah,
The,
I mean, I saw the man in the
the
ambulance.
nurse had me like this, trying to get my pulse, and I didn't have any pulse. But
Mhm.
my mother said, "Give me my son, give me my son." The nurse didn't want to give me to her because she was panicking, right,
Mhm.
like going off.
Right,
So
right.
okay, the next thing, as we arrived in front of the hospital, we didn't get into the hospital. Just as the car arrived at the hospital, I woke up, and that why I'm saying it's a gift. I never had another attack of epilepsy again in my whole life after that, because
Uh, that's
that
wonderful.
energy, that energy healed me, but also left something open in me to transmit to help people.
Well,
Like
for me,
yeah,
I was kind of always sick ever since I was born, but I managed to always pull through it.
yeah,
But when I had my first two aneurysms, a year to the around a year after the first two, I had my third aneurysm, and it was at that point that epilepsy part of my brain got kind of twisted or tweaked or something. It got damaged in the rupture of the third aneurysm, and when I woke up with epileptic seizures, absent seizures, and grand mal seizures. So for about 5 or 6 years, I had to take all the medicine and wear the mouth stuff and the helmet until I got to the point where I wasn't doing them every 2 or 3 minutes, but I was doing them like 10 a day, sometimes 20 a day. So I worked it out with insurance and copays and everything to have the epilepsy cut out of my brain. I still have seizures now, but I only have the absent and the grand mal. So the for me, because they cut the epilepsy out, the grand mal I kind of look like I have Tourette's a little bit. I don't look like a fish anymore, but I kind of look like I have Tourette's. And then the absence, I just kind of stare off into space. And I don't know. I've kind of always worked with spirit because of what my gifts are. I've been gifted since I was born, with my very unique birth. Literally everything I went through was to prep me to be able to birth a star seed into this world. Like, there's all kinds of things that I intentionally pre-signed and all of that long before I ever even made it into this world when I was born the first time. So I wasn't given a choice. It wasn't nothing like free will. It was, you're going to go back. You're going to do this. You're going to be on borrowed time. You have to do this. You have to blah, 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 blah. It's part of wiping your karmic debt. It's blah, blah, blah. I mean, they was pushing me to come back. So I remember seeing it, but it's like that kind of doesn't fade away. It kind of blurs out. Like, I have to kind of focus, be like, well, I do remember seeing them like work on me in the ambulance, and as I was coming and going. Um, but like, the main part they want me to remember is share your shadows, share your trauma, help other people. 24/7. You can do this. You can do this. This isn't your time. This is somebody else's time. Somebody else sacrificed this time because they believe in your cause. You've got to go back with a drive and a determination and reach one, teach one. I mean, it was like hard programmed into me. And then with me already having some gifts, it was like what I was already awake, but then they blew me wide open, So like I do things sometimes even out of this world, and it blows my mind away. So I can't really talk about a lot of that stuff that I do because it's all about balance. But that's all they really ever really allow me to really talk about is how much it was all about balance. Yes, there is free will, but I have a job to do. So I was pushed to come back. And, if you don't do it now, you're just going to come back and we're going to do this all over again. We're tired of doing this with you, Hershey. You got to get this through your hard head. You got a story to tell. You blah, blah, blah. So
That's it.
time apparently I'm listening and I'm doing everything they tell me to do.
Well, actually, like I said, I had a free will, but look, I came back.
Yeah.
And guess what? If you think you have a near-death experience with all that, I had the image and everything, all that love, you think I didn't go through crap? I went through
Oh,
hell.
no. I absolutely wasn't saying that.
I went through hell even though I had a near-death experience.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But I had some things to learn, and I had to experience that. So why did I experience that? I think it's one thing to help others.
Right. No, I wasn't taking that. I was just saying.
No. I'm not saying it in that way. I'm saying I went through that for a purpose.
Right. Absolutely. Yep.
Help others. You can listen to somebody tell all the nice words and everything, but they don't know the hell what they're talking about. I'm sorry to say that. It's a question of feeling. It's a question of energy. It has to come from the heart, not here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Absolutely. There's a huge difference when you have passion and emotion and an actual experience with it. I mean, there is no book, like I said, the closest I could get to any form of words for mine would be to read Dante's Inferno, whatever volume or whatever chapter, or go into some museum where his artwork is and look at what he actually painted, because all I can say is that man must have had one too. Had to have. There's too many synchronicities for me. I know that they want people to focus on this picture, focus on that, blah, blah, blah. This is a true image of this and this and this. To me, all that is a distraction. Like, I'm not supposed to focus on that. I'm supposed to focus on what they told me and what they believe in me and what they know I'm capable of. And that's what I do now.
Because I what I do, this is stuff, whatever. My channel is about, it's about feeling. It's about going really deep. My intention is always good at the, my intention is to help people. It's not, I'm going to make some money and all these people are going to come and read.
I get it.
This is BS to me, okay? Right. Because I'm not here for that. I'm here really, really to help people. Because somebody asked me a question and I can feel in their soul what's going on. I can feel it. I bet you can too. I bet you. And you have a specialty. If you do shadow reading like that, you do.
I connect to Hershey,
it's like going way, way down deep and pulling the plug. So
absolutely.
The plug. So it can come up, and when it's up here, that's where you can work with it. That you know what? When you guys come in this chat and you tell your story, a little bit of your story, or ask a question, as soon as you communicate that with all like-minded people in here, your healing starts. That's where your healing starts. When you open it up. If you keep it inside, it's like toxic. It's poison. You know what I mean? Because you keep it inside, and I took a long time to let go of the abuse. Somebody abused me so bad that it took me years and years and years
Hmm.
to let go. I had to take my power back. How do you do? How do you take your
Absolutely.
power? Because you focus on that all the time. What happens? You lose your power. Okay,
Yep. Every
that,
time.
every time. So if you put focus on this, my life is like that because of this person. My life is like this because of this person. You're always putting on somebody else while you're not living your life, your true sense of your own life, because
Hmm.
that's what
Hmm.
happens. So,
Hmm. No, no, absolutely. Right, right.
yeah. So anyway, I love talking about this stuff because it just I learned from that. Even sometimes I do this thing that I go into like maybe you do sometimes go into space or just you go like this and, the energy reveals itself like it says, oh, that's how it works. Oh, this is how it works. I don't know if it happens to you, but it does.
I've kind of always had some form of a flip or some kind of image. I never could figure out how to like slow them down so that I could either draw it out or write it out. But after my near death experience, I can ask Metatron
Yeah,
to
yeah.
literally slow human man time down so that I can visually kind of hit the pause button long enough to write stuff down. The what they have me write in my sleep looks like chicken scratch, and I usually have to meditate on that for a few days to figure out what I'm actually wrote. But the messages sometimes are not as clear with me with writing as it is with just listening.
Because I work with Metatron a lot of times.
Hmm. Yeah,
That's
he works with a lot of us.
because I asked for protection. That's the one I asked for protection. I also asked Michael, Archangel Michael,
Right.
and
Yep.
one
I'm
I want to explain
from.
that I had a gift
Yep.
last summer. We lost electricity for 3 days, and we had no lights. It was well, it's in the daytime, but it was dark. So I have a hallway about 3 feet wide. So I was going to a hallway. My wife was sitting in a chair in the kitchen, watching me go. I had my back to her. I was walking through the hallway, and as I hit the hallway, there's walls and the ceiling. I saw a light. I said, "Oh my God, there's light!" I thought the electricity came back, but there was light. I could see the light as I was walking. Like the light was following me in the hallway.
Hmm.
So then I turned around. I looked at my wife and I told her that I just asked Metatron for protection. She was like sitting there looking at me. She said, "I." Then she explained to me. She said, "I saw your whole back light up from the waist right around you, the whole light. That
Wow.
was that was Metatron. That was
Wow.
lit up. I mean, it's amazing. And she saw it. She witnessed this. So
Nice.
I saw it from the front. I couldn't see in the back, but I saw the light around me like this, and I said, "Wow, I remember that." So she says, "Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
nice.
yeah." So I get sometimes some evidence of you can't make this shit up. I mean, it just happens, and then you notice. And there's a
Kind of work with darker objects.
okay,
When when not everybody
yeah,
had a choice to do
yeah,
things on this earthly plane that they wanted to make, but sometimes they couldn't always resist it. And once they serve their time and their penance and their their time is up and they get to be free. I'm the one. I'm something similar to what they come looking for to help them kind of
yeah.
cross over. You know, um, I love what I do. I've been doing it for a very, very, very long time. The fact that I got to come back is my gift. You know, I wasn't guaranteed to come back. You know, if I didn't have a purpose, basically I wouldn't be here, you know. So I all I can do is help as many as I can before my borrowed time is up, because that's none of it is promised to me. So every day is brand new, and it's a brand new chance for me to reach one, teach one every single day.
So if somebody can put one of my moderators could put her channel in a chat so that people could subscribe, and you can contact her for you do shadow reading private. You do
Yes, I
private.
do.
Okay,
Mhm. Yes,
and
I do.
I believe she's on Facebook too.
Yes, I am.
Okay, so that there's a way you can contact her.
Oh,
Um,
yes, for sure.
yeah. So if anybody wants, uh, shadow work, can you explain a little bit what shadow work is, anyway, for somebody that doesn't know?
Sure. For me, it's trauma. And we're talking the worst of the worst, you know. I can probably relate to almost anybody's bad thing, you know, that just rips them apart inside anytime they think about it, or anytime in their adult life they still don't have control over emotions that trigger that trauma. I have worked since 2011 trying to find the best form, and for years most people just ran when I would tell my story, so I kind of backed away until I started learning about shadow and root work, and understanding that everybody in the light field and the light workers, you know, everything they do is beautiful, everything they do is wonderful, and I love it, but that's not my calling. That's not what I do. I'm a root worker, so I'm not scared to get out there in them trenches. I'm definitely built from something that came out of the mud, and I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna go as dark or as deep as I need to help somebody heal. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, I'm going to be able to take and hear their story, and they're not going to have to worry about, oh my God, is this something she can't handle, or is this something she can't relate to? I promise you, I can guarantee you, I can almost relate to everything within some form of not me experiencing it for myself, and or me going through it with a family member, a friend, or something close enough in my heart to where I can still have empathy and sympathy, and be there on a level until we bring that healing to a level where you're ready to throw it away and start work on something else.
Mhm. Yeah, because I can I mean I don't have my story. I've been in a lot of things. I can explain things. I can uh, my experience that relates to most of us that survive through drama. And
Mhm.
I can feel yours. It's funny how I can feel yours. That I think you had drama that I didn't have, but I know you had it, and you can use that experience to help others.
Absolutely, and that's my sole intention.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. So I just want to say, for now, the questions are closed because I don't think she can do more than an hour and a half. She said, unless somebody wants to join me after and help me finish the questions, because we only had 13 questions. So I believe we should start answering the question. And thank you so much for all your support. You already have subscribers that subscribe to you tonight, so you have a
I do, and I just passed 100 a couple of days ago, so I'm
Well, you
pretty
got more than
excited.
that now. I think
Huh?
two or three of them I saw in the chat that subscribe to you. So you'll have
Oh,
more.
well, thank you guys. Thank
Yeah.
you. Sorry, I can't see the chat thing, guys, so
Okay.
just work with me here.
Okay. So we're going to answer a couple of questions. First of all, let me see what I have. Joanne up there, Dan Artist, Tracy C. Pisces, Paula, uh, JR, you're up there. Jessica, I have you. Um, let me see. Viviani, Pisces, Paula, you're up there. Ivana, I have you in in the queue. And Gina, yeah. So for now, we'll see how far we can go, and then if I have enough time, we'll
Okay.
do a couple more because when we try to do, sometimes it goes overboard. So many questions, I can't get to the end of it. It's true because
I understand. I understand.
because there's a lot of people here. So, uh, so first question is Joanne. And thank you for being here. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and share and like. And okay, Joanne says, I got this one, and I have another one from Joanne. Either that one or this is probably the same one. Because one says, Ron, my grandson's going back to New Mexico on the 14th of this month. Will my trip be drama free?
Mm-hmm.
Or we can ask the first one you asked. Happy Sunday, Ron. Unconditional love to Ro. My grandson's going back to New Mexico in 2 weeks. Will my trip be good? I like this one a little bit better. Because
Okay, whichever one you want. It's the same question to me, so whichever one you want to read.
wow. Anyway, because the word good, it's more of a positive outcome. But anyway, whatever. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all those my moderators for being sharing your time. And happy Canada Day to all the Canadians. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you in the hot seat. Give me a second, and so people can see your card. And I'm gonna
Okay.
hide the comment. Okay, go ahead, Hershey. Go ahead.
So I got a yes. The trip's gonna be wonderful, and I got on the trip. Make sure that the soul gets a lot of stretching and a lot of nourishment and a lot of love. So yes, absolutely. And while you're there, make sure your soul gets some healing and some love.
Um,
And that's what I got for that question.
thank you, Hershey. So I'm gonna pull some cards, but I get the feeling that your grandson needs that 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 connection. You know what I mean? Like um, I feel that he needs to go. He needs to go to Mexico for a reason. There's a reason behind that, and
Mhm.
and you're helping him uh, get there. I had the answer to your question is a big yes too because I got the Queen of Swords.
Nice.
Yeah. So as long as everything is well planned and you cross your T's and your I's and everything, it'll go well for you. Okay. Um,
Absolutely.
because your grandson needs that trip. He needs he needs to make that connection. Okay. So that's what I have for you. So I hope that answered your question. It's a big yes.
Definitely a big yes.
Yeah.
I'd say two yeses is emphatic. Definitely.
Yeah, right. Okay. Next question we have is Dan Artis. And by the way, happy birthday to you, Dan.
Happy birthday.
And many blessings to you. He's a great artist. He's a wonderful person uh, that I know of. Okay. So he wants to get a message for his birthday. Messages.
Alrighty.
So say happy birthday to Dan. Dan Artist is in the house, and happy birthday and many, 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 many blessings.
Mhm. Oh, okay. So, you want me to go first?
Yeah, just give me a second. I'm going to put you in the hot seat. I call
Oh,
it the hot seat because people, it's bigger and people can see your cards.
okay. So, the first thing they want you to do is they want you to love your body. Let me find where the camera is. Okay. So, they want you to love your body. They want you to take this year and focus on you. And I was saying this the other day. It's okay for this year for people to say it's 2023 and it's just for me. Take this time, love your body, crawl inside your mind, crawl inside your heart, crawl inside your heart of hearts, your guts, your feet, your hands. Everything that you do it for a purpose and with a purpose. So make sure that you do that much love to yourself. Give it back all day, every day, as much as you can. They also said you're very much working this year on stop break. You've been working so good at not breaking agreements, so that this year when you come into this birthday year from last year, there is going to be a new set of boundaries for you, and you're going to be able to go higher with your knowledge, with your learning, and with your creativity. So keep doing everything that you're doing. Keep standing on your word, and everything that you want this year can come true. And that's what I have for you. Happy birthday and many, many blessings.
Happy birthday, Dan. Okay, thank you, Hershey. So I picked four cards. I got the Page of Swords, first card. Pages is about messages, but also cutting stuff up, letting go of the
Mhm.
old. Okay, the more you do it, the better your year will. The better your year or your outcome
Mhm.
will be, because you're a very creative person. Okay, uh, I get Page of Wands after that. This guy, he's standing up there. Communication, communication to to what you want to put out there. Your your talents, your your artistic um, work needs to be seen by other people. Okay, and because that's where you come into play right there. Okay, because there's opportunities will show up for you by doing this. Okay, more people will know about you. Uh, you got the Ten of Pentacles. Um, you share this happiness with your loved ones, your family. It's surrounding, and there's abundance there. There's a lot of abundance around that. Um, your emotional state. Yeah, he says yes. I want to be seen. You had the chance to be seen, and you had the opportunity. Look at all these YouTubes. You go to different channels. You can expose your art to a lot of people, and you will with people all over the world. And I had I've been on moderating for Linda G the other day, and I noticed something. She talked about an artist in the chat, and she mentioned that if you reach out to her, I'm sure she'll be able to. Maybe you could put your website. You could put it in here if you want the people to join you. This guy, this is the King of Cups. There's no, the waters are calm, steady. You're well balanced. That is a well balanced guy. You know, like the ship is going steady. There's no wavy waters. It's all calm and steady. So that's the outcome. Okay, to your reading. So I hope that helps you. So, thank you for your question. I hope that makes sense to you. But there is opportunities coming down your way.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming.
It
A matter of
definitely.
fact, it's pretty close. It's like it's pretty close. It's like biting at your at you right now. It's like this. But it just have faith. That's the main thing. It's coming. So
It definitely.
yeah, it sounds very good. Yeah, it is. I can feel it anyway. I hope it resonated with you. Okay, let me see. Now, I'm sorry. I'm going a little bit faster, but let me see where I'm at. Okay, Tracy. Tracy says, I would love to receive a message from my beautiful grandmother. She's on the outside, by the way. Uh, I don't know if you could put in the chat her name. It would be easier to sometimes.
I would hate to pass. I mean, I could try to. I don't know how to pull. I don't know how to pull like specific people's energy, and I would not want to deliver any kind of wrong messages. I could pull a
Yeah.
couple of cards, but
What's the name of your grandma, Tracy?
if you know how to do it, Ron, I'll let you take this one.
You can do what you want. There's no right or wrong way. You just whatever comes up. You just have to have faith. There's no. Her nickname was Molly. Okay, Molly. Molly. Um,
Hmm. So I have no idea. I think that hmm, I think they want me to check your shadow because I got it's a no. Relinquish your control and awaken your vulnerability. You're being too tight with yourself. So um, maybe you need to find a way to take some breathing meditations, maybe some journaling, and write what's really going on with your heart and your head. Um, it's not saying that you're not moving forward and won't ultimately get to this place, but right now, um, I think that they're more worried about you not focusing on something that's very, very much needing to be addressed. Um, when it says to awaken your vulnerability, maybe there's something that you're just very closed off about, and it's time for you to actually dip your toes into the water about something new and stop hesitating about it. When it comes to the it's a no, I don't think it's about a message from your grandmother. I think it's about the fact that there is something that needs focus, and instead of worrying about what you can control right now, it's about letting go to what you can't control, and maybe focus on that. What you are completely unaware of is maybe what needs to be addressed the most. Relinquishing control, once again, this just goes back to opening yourself to be vulnerable, to not cut yourself off to certain energies that are needing to get a message to you. It's very clear something is trying to reach you, but chances are it's not your grandmother. But I know it's not a bad thing. It's got to be a good thing, or they wouldn't be able to come through me to tell you that something is trying to work through you and it needs you to open up. And that's what I have for you. I hope that helps you.
Thank you, Hershey. Okay, I'm gonna say something. Tracy, I don't know if this resonates, but I'm getting I it, grandmother. I was feeling motherly love for some reason. So I don't know if that resonates with you. That Uh, hmm, Jesus. Uh, so Tracy, I don't know if that means something to you, but I feel motherly love from your grandmother for some reason. Did you when you were little, you were a lot with your grandmother? You spent a lot of time with your grandma? A lot of times, like maybe preparing food or cooking or something in that nature. I'm not sure because I was feeling as soon as you said mother, you said your grandmother's name was Molly. I could, it felt like motherly love for some reason. So and well, so anyway, message. Okay, I'm gonna start pulling some cards. See what comes up. Yeah, he says yes, Ron. I spent a lot of time at my grandmother's home. Soul connection. It's very strong. It's like it's like your grandmother was your, how do you say that, confidant, like your,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
It's wonderful you can feel that, Ron. I'm jealous. I get mad when people ask me that and they're like, well, can't you just talk to so and so? And I'm like, I wish.
Yeah.
Do you know how
Wow.
many conversations I would have been had with certain individuals?
Yeah,
Oh, I
but she
wish.
was your confidant. Yeah, like you could tell her something and you knew that she, how would I put it, she had your back or something. I don't know,
Mhm, mhm.
like very protective.
Right. No, I understand.
Yeah, very protective, and that's why I was feeling a motherly love because usually that's the mother that is like that. Usually, it depends on the mother you have, but I mean, you know what I mean exactly. But your grandmother was very special to it, and I got a little bit of a feeling of sadness. I think you miss her a lot. You miss like uh, being able to communicate like you used to with her. So, okay, I gotta pull some cards because it's going
I,
deep.
I know
Yeah,
this sounds crazy, but I hear somebody singing like the Love Boat and
yeah,
like I don't know. I feel I'm getting like old sitcom. Um, I don't know what is going on. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand it. Like I'm hearing de plane. I'm hearing all kinds of different old '70s
yeah. But
sitcoms.
just remember, for people that have transit on the other side,
Hmm.
you yes, I miss her dearly. That's what I was feeling. I mean, I really felt it very strong. Uh, Also, you'll never lose the connection you have with your grandmother. You'll never lose it. It you never lose your connections with loved ones on the other side. Never, 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 never. It's always there. That is real. Okay.
It
Uh,
definitely is.
yeah, and it's, I pulled some cards from Talking to Heaven from James Van, whatever his name there. Can't say his word. Bragg, I think. Talking to Heaven. I have those cards. First card I pull for you, Tracy. She loves comedies, of course. Um, first message.
It's getting louder and louder. This is crazy. Could somebody turn the volume down, please? Sorry.
Yeah, it says it was my time to go. So maybe uh, maybe this and that and this and that. You questioned it, but it was. It, she, she's telling you it's my. It was my time to go, and uh, also I had to leave that way. I had to leave that way because we sign contracts before we come on Earth. We all have how do you say an exit point, like when we leave, and there's nobody can stop that, or no matter what you do. So that's what I'm getting for you. So that don't be message. It's time to let go and live your life fully. So yeah, there you go. She says, "Oh, that makes sense, Ron. It happened suddenly. That's it." And you were like put off guard, like, "Oh my God!" And then it's sort of it's time to let go and live your life fully. Do things that you're passionately love to do in your life. Let go. We will see each other again. The time is not now, but it's coming. And I'm always around you. It's funny. She's trying to get to you all the time. You know, if you calm down, when you go to sleep, you can ask her to give you a message or show up in your dreams, and she will. And then you come back here and let us know. So I hope that resonated with you. So that's what I have for you. Yeah, she says. He says that makes sense because it happened suddenly. Yeah, it takes us off guard when it happens like that. It's, oh my God! Then
I'm okay. I'm listening to the surround sound in my head right now, guys. Sorry, there's a whole bunch of music going on in my head.
well, yeah. Sometimes I get messages and it's music. It's a song or something comes through.
Is Hershey okay?
Yeah.
Promise I'm okay. I'm listening to the music. The storm is intensifying it. I got a whole production thing going on in my head. Sorry, guys.
So, thank you for your question. Now we have Pisces, Paula. Message from spirit guides, please. We all have spirit guides, many of them. Don't just have one guide. We have several. So,
Many, many.
yeah. So, Pisces, Paula is here. Thank you for being here. So next, this is from my guides.
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, this is cars are jumping around. Eh?
Boy,
Yeah, I can
that
hear
was
them.
just rude, guys. Lord have mercy. That was just so disrespectful. Oh my
My
goodness.
God, the car. I went to shovel and all. There's three cars that came out.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. Oh my. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Hmm. So,
Cards are excited about you, Paula. I think you're going through a good period. It's coming for you. Anyway,
hmm.
if you want to go or you want me to go, it's okay.
Uh, I can go if you're not ready. It does not matter. They all kind of exploded, so they're just here.
Okay. Paula, I'm getting this. Oh boy, there's a lot of. Okay, first card I got was this happy card. First of all, uh, this is about joy, happiness. You got the ten of cups coming out. Okay, celebrations. She says she feels good. I feel good. Great. She says I feel good. That's okay. That celebrating. Okay, celebration, happiness, surrounded by people you love, and uh, just celebrate, have fun. Uh, then I got the Six of Swords, which I believe you're leaving stuff out. You're leaving stuff behind. You're going on a new directions. Okay, so that's the Six of Swords. Then I got the Three of Pentacles. Um, Negotiations. I don't know if you're creating something or you're working on something. That's three people negotiating or creating something. So I don't know if that resonates with you, but that's what I have for you. So that's she says yes, I'm good at not thinking about things. There you go. That's a good way to put it.
Hmm. Well,
So
that just cleared up a whole lot for me then.
yeah, right. Okay.
Everything makes total sense then to me now because I'm over here going,
Yeah.
what? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna tell you how they're telling me. They want you to find one thing and just focus on it, and they don't want you to stop until that thing is done, and then they want you to work on something else. Because without accessing your clear thought, you're thinking about it, but the action isn't matching the thought pattern. So they really, really, really want you to become more objective with yourself and more honest with your thoughts and embrace and hold that self-respect so that you can have a lot more follow through. When you do this, it will also help you kind of curb this anger thing that you're struggling with. But I don't think it's an anger that's a trigger anger. I think it's because when you put so much into it and it's not coming out the way you wanted it to, it's because you got 17 things going on instead of one at a time. And it's not that you can't do 17 things at one time, but when it's not turning out the way you want it to, then you are stuck with the anger. Sorry, getting where the cards are at. Then that's where the anger is kicking in at. But once you realize that one at a time, all the way to completion, and then pick up the next thing, you're gonna find out that it's also helping you form some relative form of meditations subconsciously that's literally going to start relieving anxiety from the subconscious forward instead of consciously backwards. This is kind of going to work in reverse. And when you get there, it's going to be like every day is a different way to think. And it's a different way to follow through with those actions and or with actions to support the thoughts. And that's what I have for you.
It's like going with the flow, following the energy,
Yep,
you know,
absolutely.
and sometimes having faith. And the
Uh-huh.
universe is always on your side. It always works on your
Yep.
behalf.
Always has your back in abundance.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, thank you for your question, and hope that resonated with you. So we have. Let me see. I'm trying to go through this. Um, Jr. I hope you're still here. We have Jr. Jessica, Viviani. Um, oh, Ivana, and Gina. Okay, let me see. JR wants to know when I meet the love of my life, what will it be like? How will I know? Jesus, how will I know? You'll know, all right. I mean, it's like
The opposite of every bad thing you've ever met with somebody.
it's like how to put this. You know what I mean? It's like all your light bulbs light up in one shot, and it's just easy. And you know it. How do you know it? You know it. You just know
You
it.
just know. You just
I mean,
know.
there's no other explanation I can put out there.
An earthquake going off inside of you,
You don't
a
even have
bomb
any.
exploding.
You don't even resist to it. You just
It just
accept it.
happens. Yep.
You accept it like your whole you. Oh, it's like a relief for you. It's like your relief. Like finally, oh my God. And actually, you don't have to talk to that person. You just look at that person, and you know. It's like
Mhm.
communicating without talking, something like that. And it just goes like the energy just. It's amazing to feel that. Feel that once in your life. Yeah, it'll happen that way. But it never happens the way you want it to.
Right,
It
right.
always happens in strange ways. You know what I mean? Like you wouldn't believe where I met my wife. I met my wife in the moving van. How did I get in the moving van? First of all, I knew this friend of mine that asked me to go with them to move somebody that I didn't know.
When a feather blows you over. That's a good one.
Yeah, feather blows you over. Yeah. So
Nah, mhm. Yeah, something
anyway,
like that.
yeah. So anyway, I was moving her sister without. I didn't know her sister, but I was helping move her sister stuff in the truck, and I met her in the truck for some reason. And Jesus, it's like she was looking at me and she says, "I never saw anybody so devoted to helping others." That's what she saw.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, everything one after another. But when I saw her, it's like I knew her before. Funny. It's like I don't know how I knew that. I just knew it. It's like we knew each other before.
Right.
So that's the way it works anyway. That's the way it should be for that's the real one. I'm not talking about the other ones. Jesus, yeah, it's a destiny. It's written in the stars. I don't know how you say it, but it's everything you can say about it. It's like yeah, that's the way it feels like anyway. Anyway, okay. Let me see where. You got something yet? Oh, give me a second. I don't know where I'm at. I'm searching for my axis up my head somewhere. My head is up. Brain farts, you know what I mean.
Oh, I know about them. My
so
scrambled egg brains, I know all about them.
so what do you get for Jr.?
Oh, well, I mean, if that's the love, was that the love thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I pretty much, all I can say is that yes, everybody's destined to love somebody. The type of love you have, only you and them when you meet will know that. Your fellowship is unique to y'all. There's no card deck I have here that could read for you other than trust the process
yeah.
and you will have an epic love. And sometimes more than once if you are open and your soulmates will find you.
But love starts with you. It doesn't start
Oh,
with
for sure. Absolutely.
so yeah. So what I want to say hi, Footprint Carrero. She has a channel. Hi Ron. Hi everyone.
Hello, 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 hello.
Chrissy. Her name is Chrissy. So okay. Let me see. Where am I? Oh, I'm looking for myself. When you get all these click, 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 and watching the chat and everything, you go crazy.
Right.
Yeah. So okay. I hope that resonated with you, JR. We have Jessica Lim. May I have a message from my guides?
Sure.
A lot of people want messages from their guides. Why would he say that? I got a message. I heard, stop, look, and listen.
Hmm.
He's here. Why would they say stop, look, and listen? Why all three?
Hmm. I don't know.
Stop, look, and listen. You do have messages. Um, you do have messages from your guides, but maybe that's it. You got messages from your guides, but you don't stop, look, and listen to someone. Could it be? He says, I've been seeing angel numbers everywhere. They're sending messages. That's what I'm saying. That's what that's what stop, look, and listen.
Okay, so um so what I got is they want you to dig into your life, and they're using the word addiction, but that does not mean drug or alcohol. Okay, addiction can be anything. It can be caffeine, it can be gambling, it could be anything, literally almost anything that is not lifting you up, blessing you, or helping you to grow and be better and live your best life can be an addictive action. Okay. And there's where they want you to pay attention, because they're getting ready to tell you right behind breaking the addiction actions. They want you to understand that this is because there's something that they need you to break control over, because you are not the one in control. Spirit is. They want you to hold your self-will, hold your balance, and enjoy everything that you're doing. But there has got to come a time when you just say, how do they say it? Jesus, take the wheel, or whatever you believe, or however you believe. You have to let go. And when you let go, this anxiety and this fear of the unknowns, it's literally like releasing a fear that's going to open doors and windows to other possibilities and higher levels of knowledge. But you have to be willing to let go. And that's what I have for you.
Thank you, Hershey. Thank you. I'm gonna put myself in a hot seat. Have a drink of water first.
Sip, 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 sip.
Stop, look, and listen.
I should have.
Yeah.
I'm almost out of my iced coffee. Oh no.
Stop, listen. That's what they said the first time. So I got the Four of Pentacles, first of all. This guy has his 2 feet on one, two pentacles. One close to his heart, the other one up here, as you can see. He's hanging on to it. So there may be adjustments, financial adjustments you're going through. I got the Page of Cups here. This guy is on, looks like romantic voyage. I don't know. But there's a cup there with some kind of fish coming out of the cup, steady. Like maybe I wonder if you're thinking about planning a vacation. Are you planning a vacation of some sort or something like that? I don't know. I could be wrong, but planning a vacation. Uh, I had the Empress. The Empress is about using your feminine intuition. You do have use your intuition, use your inner gut, what it tells you. Follow that because it'll bring you to whatever you are looking for, desire in life. It'll bring you Six of Wands, which is victory. So maybe that's what you're searching for, an outcome. Oh Jesus! Look at that. You just said I'm taking a short trip in a few weeks. There you go.
Wonderful.
Okay. The outcome. Listen to your gut. The victory card. You got the victory card. So you got this. Um, everything will go. But use your
Okay.
intuition. Yeah. So I hope that resonated with you. Hmm. Okay, let me see where we're at. Viviani, I would love a reading, please. Thank you. Okay. I'm getting all hot again. Hot all the time.
They were crowding me when they were all singing the theme songs to sitcoms, but now it's kind of cooled down now that it's been out.
Going down my back, my neck and my back. Yeah. That's why I'm breathing like that. It's okay. I got it. Yeah. Viviani, thank you for being here. Thank you for your moderating talents.
Alrighty, guys. Okay.
I don't know if it means anything to you, Viviani. I think you overthink things. It's something about overthinking too much. You know. I think it's time to let go of some stuff. Anyway, I'll put Hershey in the hot seat for a minute.
Oh, don't put me in the hot seat. So the first card that fell out kind of went with what he just said because they want you to stop being deceived. You know, they want you to reverse the disillusions of what you think you're understanding, what you think you're hearing. Reverse it. You're not going crazy. You're whoever wants you to something about timing. There's something about timing. I'm getting a strong message about timing and not like the timing of the clock or a certain hour or time of day or season or anything like that. But there's something in a delusion of what you perceive something to be or something with some kind of timing. And they said that you'll recognize it because it's going to be not so much of a conscious situation, but more like the second hand that moves much quicker. You know, this is going to be something that moves quickly all of a sudden versus the hour hand that takes its time. You know what I mean? Like focus on the fact that you're the hour hand, but there's something that's moving a little bit quicker in minute formation around you. And when you start noticing it, realize that that is when you are working hand in hand with your guides. You guys are in sync with your thoughts, with your actions, with your love, and with your spiritual work, that you're literally paying forward everything divinely that you've been given. And with that, that's all I've got for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. I gotta find myself now. All the time. Anyway. So I want to say hi to Patricia Franzino is in the house. And Viviana said, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay. Like I said, you got to stop overthinking stuff because you're just let when you
You're,
go
I think I was
what happens,
slow down. Slow down. Yeah.
yeah, slow down. Let the
Mhm.
universe, uh, you know, help you. Take
Yep.
a breather, breathe, and
Yep. Absolutely.
breathe, and calm down a little bit because okay, I got the Queen of Swords, the first one. Okay, if you the thing that helped me really a lot of my life was meditation. When I started meditation, I became aware. I'm gonna say funny things about. I became aware of of little programs in my friggin' head that little those limited beliefs and everything, and I became aware. And I said, "What's that doing there? Geez, that don't belong there," or something like that. I woke up to that stuff, and then geez, I don't need this stuff. It doesn't serve me any good. I hung on to that for years and years. But these things were repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating without me uh, being aware of it until I
Hmm.
started meditation. Then I became aware of it. Then I naturally I released them. You know what? Instead of everybody's trying to identify themselves with their stories, but their stories are up here. Their stories are not the real person that's behind them. These is stuff that you grabbed on through your life, and it repeats, and then Jesus, and we get used to. Well, you think you control stuff, but you don't control any freaking thing because you don't control anything. It's
Oh.
energy is energy, and it needs to flow, just like a river. Needs to flow. You have to go with the flow. Don't go against the current because if you do, you'll see it's pretty hard times. You got. Anyway, I got the Queen of Swords, the first card. That's about you taking your power back. Don't uh, when you overthink, you're giving power to this stuff. Instead of breathing, calming down, and let the universe help you. Then you take back your power. Uh, I got the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands. After that, it's like this guy is all colored up and high horse and everything. He's going out for the win, for the liberation, to win something, and because you have to put your focus on a different direction. Put it that way. Okay, this guy is looking over. He's sitting on the dock waiting for his ships to come in. That's your dreams. What you makes you happy. What makes you smile. What makes you get up in the morning. All that counts. Okay, that's about you. Um, Self love, self care is in that. Okay, and don't ever forget that you are like a magician. You create your own life. You manifest that through your intentions
Hmm.
that come from your heart, not there. Your heart. Your
Hmm.
heart knows this stuff. So when you do things, you'll never go wrong. So I hope that resonated with you, BBM. She's a what she gives a lot of her time to others, and
Hmm.
and forgets herself. Forgets. You need balance in the world. You need to give, but you need to receive too. So,
Yep.
and you need to be aware of that.
You're welcome, Vivian.
Thank you for your question. So we have Okay, I know Paula will ask the question. She wants to know: is your aura the light of your our energy? It's part of it's part of you. The aura is the light. Has Your aura has different colors. Uh, it's hard to explain this stuff. I don't know if Hershey. How do you see that?
I would say that it does, once you're fully awake, fully connected. I believe that the more stronger connection that you have within yourself, that you have within your higher power, that you have within the universe, or whatever you call your higher power, I believe that the more unbiased, blind faith that you have in yourself, the more colors and brighter
Yeah.
everything is. So, yes, I think in some form of ways, yes, I would say yes. But I would say that it also depends um, on your design factor with your signatures and contracts on the spiritual side.
Okay. I hope that answered your question, Paula.
I'm
So,
sorry. I hope so.
but I mean,
Some things aren't easy to put into word form. So I would say in some form, yes.
okay, Ivana. I would love a reading.
Absolutely.
Then we got Gina and Hilda after that. So
Yeah, I can handle the three we got left. We're doing good. I'm doing good.
hmm,
I'm good. I'm doing good.
I'm trying my best. We've been here an hour and a half already.
Nope. A few minutes. A few minutes. They'll understand. I hope they'll understand. I'm terrible with time zones anyway. I'm learning. I'm learning. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay.
Says in
Well, take these. We'll just take these. I heard you. So I think that people are opening up to more and more of us that see in colors and cards.
the
And
Crohn's zone have a great aid explanation of our light bodies. Yeah,
hmm hmm
that's what it is.
yep, I somewhat agree with that too. I think I'm gonna have to agree with a lot of different versions because I believe we're all some version are gonna have their own way to put it into words.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, Ivana. Okay. Here, you want to go for Ivana? Let me
Sure.
see. I would love a reading, Ivana. Okay, just give me a second and put you in the hot seat. There you go.
Alrighty. So these six cards exploded. The first thing they want you to realize is that there's two for your head, there's two for your heart, and then there's two for the life unknowns, or what I would call blind spots. So, real quickly, in your head, there's something that you're focusing on, and it's a negative thing because it's not true. Because they want you to know that it's a no. There's no reason for you to focus on it. Let it go. It's not true. It's not happening, or it absolutely happened, and it's absolutely over with. It's a done deal now. So you no longer have to focus any more mental stress on it. Let it go. It's finally done and over with. They want you to focus on now that the truth is out or now that you are seeking the truth. That's what they want you to focus on in your head, not this anymore, because this is over with. in your heart, they want you to go fast, go hard, and go all the way because it's an absolute yes with whatever this project is. I feel like it's a project or a craft or it's some kind of idea that you're gonna maybe try to literally birth, whether it's a book or a story or it's
He says, yes, thank you for letting me know it's over.
yes, it's absolutely over, and because you basically won, that your hearts of hearts wish is being answered. It's an emphatic yes, and with that yes that they're giving you for this creativity, this bonus that they want you to bring, it's going to help you release even more fears, more doors. Sorry, I'm still learning camera things here. More doors and windows will be opened and you will relinquish and like be shedding things that you are irrationally having fear of, not the rational ones, not the ones that make sense and they're very legit, the irrational ones. You are getting rid of them and moving on to something better. You have a blind spot though. There's something you're not showing your own self-respect about, and in the near future you're going to have to step up and you're going to have to show yourself a lot more respect. Put yourself first. If you don't, your karmic energy might not be what you want it to be. Karma doesn't go by the Retribution Act. It doesn't do tit for tat. It matches your karmic energy. So if you put the right energy into it, you start showing yourself a whole lot more respect when it comes to this future endeavors about, it feels like it goes back to whatever this no was. It'll be all right because the karma is in the upright position, but it was blocking this. So you got to work on this first. But these are just blind spots and they're only possibilities. Anything is possible. Everything is a choice. Good luck with your future tomorrow. And I hope you wake up with a blessing tomorrow. And that's what I got for you.
She says, okay, I'm ready to move forward.
Good job. Definitely.
I think it's something to do with boundaries.
It could be. It could be. We have to have boundaries for everything pretty much anymore. So it could be.
She says, I get it, Hershey. Thanks for that reading. Very much resonated. There you go.
So. Thank you. I'm very glad.
Yeah. I'm getting you working on something also. First card I got Emperor. That's you. Okay, that's your image of your energy. You got this. Okay. You know exactly what you're doing. But like I said, you need to create your boundaries so that people don't take advantage, is the word that's coming to me, of you, because you have a soft spot in a soft spot. Like I'm not going to say weak because it's a soft spot. It means it's not balanced enough. It's not ready to put. Well, okay, I can only do this and not that. That's it. That's all I can do. You accept it or I walk away. Funny I said that, but you need to walk away when somebody's putting too much pressure on you for a certain because they're trying to take control of you in a unconscious way. I mean, you may not be aware of that, but yeah. She says that makes sense, Ron. I understand what you're saying about a soft spot. Yeah.
Well, they're going to find out that they shouldn't have took her kindness for weakness. Or at least that's how it felt to me. Like you guys are about to see that you'd misjudged me.
She's not a weak person. She knows.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the vibe I got. Like I'm
going to what she's doing. She has all the tools to do it. Okay. It's just that maybe, we have to have faith in ourselves, our abilities. And this, like I had the 7 of Wands. That's what I was talking about, creating your boundaries. Okay. new growth. Um, there's people they want a piece of you, but Jesus, that's mine. That's not theirs. That's my stuff. Don't
Right.
let anybody uh, steal you from your or steal creations from you or stuff from
Mhm.
you because it
Oh, I
belongs
can relate. I can relate.
related. And I got the chariot card. It's time to take action. And then I got the two cups. There's agreements. These two are agreeing in harmony, as you can tell. Okay, they're not in conflict; they're in harmony. So go with the ones that are in harmony with you, and the other ones, no, you know, just go your own way and leave them
Right.
behind.
Right.
I mean, because you don't need to be standing there and somebody's sucking on your energy because that's what they're doing. They're sucking up your energy in a way because we have what they call vampire energies. These people hang on to you just to make themselves look good.
Absolutely.
It's it's weird I'm saying this, but that's the it comes out. Okay, so I hope it resonates with you. So she says, "I can hear knocking. And I can hear you knocking." So she says, "You can dance around that, Ivana." And she says, "Let me see." He says, "Nice, Ron. That chariot and card and two of cups makes a lot of sense." There you go. Well, you have all the tools to know what you're doing, so you don't need anybody to tell you what to do in your life. I mean, you have to do life. It's your life. It's not their life. So put it that way. So yeah.
So somebody apparently put a question in and it got missed, and now they want to wait until next week.
Okay.
Um, and then
We have
Hilda says she has to go anyway, so we can either do hers right now since she has to go,
yeah.
or we can
Do be free.
do hers another time.
Well, Hilda's here, and then we have Gina after that. So
Okay.
Hilda is still here. We can do yours right now if you want.
Yeah, Hilda has to go. She says,
Oh, okay.
"Yep."
You
She
have to
says,
go.
"Have a good night, Hilda."
Okay. Have a good night then. So be free. Can you put your question in the chat so we can answer? Well, we do. Let me see.
Ivana.
No, we did Havana. Now we do Gina.
Yeah. My screen is doing something. I'm not sure what it's doing, guys. Sorry about that. Okay. We'll try that again. All right. We are doing Gina. 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 Gina.
Gina. I'm hearing a song. Jeez, I'm hearing a song.
Well, the first thing that literally jumps out is it's a yes. So this ought to be interesting. I mean, it just went for a line. Okay.
But it's not Gina. I'm hearing Sherry, Sherry baby. You know that song? Uh, it's an old one. So,
I don't know if I know it, and if I do, I'd probably have to hear it. Okay, all right. So, hot seat me. Hot seat me.
yeah, just give me a second. Be free. Make sure you put it in all caps. Put it in the chat right now. Your question, please, so we can get at it. Because we. Good night, Hilda. Okay. Gina. Okay. There you go. You're in a hot seat. I got
Oh,
you.
okay.
I got
So,
you. Be free. I got you. Okay.
the it's a yes went flying out before I even got my first full shuffle in. So First, off the top of my head, yes. Yes to something, whether it is, should I ask for a promotion? Should I get an extra ice cream this week? Whatever it is that you're really wanting, yes, yes, you should absolutely ask for it. You should absolutely get it. You should absolutely do everything you can to make it happen, because there's something that you're having some kind of fear about, and it's not a irrational fear. This is something, a legit fear. This isn't upside down, so this was right side up. So this is a legit, honest to God fear that you have been holding on to for 27, 22 is 5, for 5 years or longer. This is something that you have literally grown into. Like, this wasn't something you were born with. So this is something that's happened at least 5 years or more back that caused you to develop a rational fear to something, whether it is a person, an object, an animal, a creature, a critter. I don't know. It could be religion itself. It could be spirituality. It could be guns. I don't know what it is, but it is a very rational fear, and you developed it somewhere 5 years or more. And what they want you to know is that you have support, and it's time to start working on that and letting go of always constantly having had to control, because this could turn irrational if you do not let this fear go. This is something that you need to work on immediately. This is something that you need to write about, put it in your pillowcase, sleep on it so that you can go to bed.
You
And
know what? My job or with my
the
friend.
universe will have done some work for you on your behalf, because you're putting in the work. Write it down, put it under your TV, and when you walk out your door and go to work the next day, or a grocery store, or go to do work, any kind of exercise, or whatever you go to do, when you come back, take the note, throw it in the trash. And then when you watch TV the next time, not specifically right then and there, but the next time, there's going to be an answer right there for you, some way, some shape, form, or fashion, either in a program, a commercial, or whatever. The answer will come to you because you have support, and the universe has your back in abundance. So remember that. Start working on letting go of that fear, because it doesn't serve you and it's not meant to go into your future. And that's what I have for you.
Okay, you just want to know. Oh, okay, Hershey, is it my past job?
Um, because it looks like this is okay, so I don't know how good I can get this in here. So what it looks like is there's a string, and it's tied to feet. Okay, these feet are holding on to what looks like an angel's feet, but this little girl that's sitting down here doesn't know what to do with the string. She doesn't know if she should pull it in, or if she should cut it loose, or what she should do with it. I would think that this is maybe not job related. This is something that you might have a family connection to. This feels like, like she's going to be cutting off herself, or some form of herself, because the string is coming out of her leg. So this would be maybe some kind of family connection or friend connection, I would think, instead of career.
Yeah, I think so too. I get that feeling it's your friend rather your job.
Yeah, I don't get anything that says job. I wish I could say yes, but it feels more personal than that.
Yeah. Okay. What I was going to say there. Be free. I have your question up there, so let's start up there. So, Jima, let's see. I gotta put myself in the hot seat now. I don't want to be in the hot seat. Yeah, what you look at? I guess it's gonna be in the hot seat. Okay. Uh it's not about a job. I believe it's with your friend. Something about okay, it's about your friend, but also it's about how you used to handle things. And I think hmm, you need a new approach Put it that way. Okay, because you can't do the old stuff doesn't work anymore. I don't know how to put it. It just doesn't work, and it don't matter how hard you do it. You're like giving your energy and your power away. So if you find yourself drained, it's because just be aware how you do things or how you used to do things, and maybe change that to more accommodate yourself, more with love towards yourself instead of throwing it out there. I don't know how you put it. Give and give and give. It's time
Mhm.
to let go. No, the old stuff doesn't work, and I think you know it too. You're very conscious of that. That old stuff doesn't work, and if you try that, you probably notice that the energy comes to like a halt. It's almost suspended. It's like, what the hell? This is nothing's working. It's like it's suspended. It's upside down. It doesn't work for you anymore. So you have to change the way you do things.
Mhm.
Change it up. It doesn't matter if it's your friend or not. It doesn't matter because your friend, she has her life. She has her life to take care of. She needs to. Um, we have to learn how to self-love ourselves. We actually didn't know how to do that. We've always been taught to love others and put ourselves in the corner. And, you know, that's the way we were raised. It's time to balance things out. So
Mhm.
doesn't
Absolutely.
mean stop loving others. It means start loving yourself. And how
Yep.
you do that, you work with the child that's inside of you because the child is dramatized. Your child needs that approval from you, the adult, and you can only work with your child. Nobody else can work with somebody else's child. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That's where the healing starts.
Yes.
That's so. Anyway, what else can I say? Respect. It's, respect your heart. What your heart is doing. What your heart is telling you. Respect that. Uh, that's what I'm getting at. Anyway, I pull some cards also, but I got the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. That is you. Uh, hold things close to your heart. Your energy belongs to you. Your life belongs to you. So yeah, okay, Ron. It sounds like old family issues coming up amongst my friend stuff. Yes, because sometimes your friend could say something that reminds you of such and such event that you had in your life and brings it back down the rabbit hole, and you need to those wounds need to be healed, and the only energy that I know of that heals that is love, self-love.
That's right.
So you can create that space where time to take care of yourself. So
Yep.
I hope that resonates with you. Besides that, I got the Seven of Wands. Uh, Again, it's creating boundaries, uh, putting your energy in front, new growth. Like I said, when it happens, the energy becomes suspended, like everything stops, and you wonder, geez, nothing works anymore. The old stuff doesn't work anymore. Once you clear things up, you know,
Mhm.
your friend's life is your friend's life. You don't belong there. If you can't control what that person is living through or what's happening to that person, it's not your job to do that. It's, your job is to take care of you.
Mhm.
We're taught to take care of everybody else, but we put ourselves in
Yeah.
the corner. That's what I'm saying. Uh, this guy, celebrate your life, celebrate your dreams. be honored those dreams, honor what you want out of life, okay? Which will create victory. I got the victory card this time. I hope that. Yeah, if she says no, nope, I agree. It's her life, yes. But sometimes, um, our heart is bigger than we pour it out and we think, oh, Jesus. Yeah, sometimes we unbalance ourselves. We put ourselves in that position. Become It's like we put ourselves in the victim mode because that's what we do. We become victim of our own doings. I can hear banging here.
And yeah, can we? I don't mean to rush, but we've only got one question left, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, it's the fireworks are going, but it's going to I'm not going to be able to fight it off. So I want to go ahead and get this last question, and then I'm literally got to dip off camera, guys. 4th of July triggers my seizures, and it's not a good holiday for me at all.
Well, she said,
So I
yes,
apologize.
everyone, I'm done with victimhood. That's it. That's exactly it. When you're done, you say, that's it. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
I understand, but I don't have to. Um, your life stuff is not mine to deal with. You got enough of your old plate. So okay. So the question is, did you see me keeping my apartment or moving out this year? Well, okay. You always have free will, but I think I see you moving. I think you had enough. You're like something's coming in your favor. I think it's necessary to move. It's weird. Yeah. Anyway, if you have something, Hershey.
Yes, I do. So I got it.
There you go.
I got a yes. It's definitely time to start focusing on another place to be at peace, because peace is probably not very easily found where you're at right now. It's saying, yes, absolutely. Start looking in a new direction and learning to be ready to let go of wherever you're at, because wherever you're going to be is going to come around fairly quickly, because it is destined and it is time for you to move on.
Well, that's for sure. I have a yes to. Thank you, Hershey, for that. I have a yes too because you asked if you're going to moving. What was your question again about moving? Right?
Mm-hmm.
You see, keeping my apartment or moving out this year. I get you're moving this year. That's what
Mm-hmm.
you're leaving.
Yep.
You can't have a bigger yes than that right there. I mean, it's just one. You had the picture and everything going away.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Pack up. We're leaving.
Yep, absolutely.
Had enough.
Yep.
You need. I think it's something to do with your age. You need that change. You need that a fresh start. Okay, it's like leaving that apartment, leaving that stuff. It's like leaving your whole weight that's on your shoulder. Leave it behind. The whole thing just.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep. Let it all stay and take nothing but good with you.
That's what I got. The next card is the King of Wands.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a big yes right there. So you'll get what you want. The universe is on your side, and it'll be this year. I'm not bad with time stuff, but you have to do the work. You just can't sit there and wait till something happens. somebody, yeah, you want an apartment or something? You'll have to do the work. You'll have to do
Hmm.
exactly the work, but you'll get there.
Absolutely.
So, thank you for your question. That's it for tonight, folks. I think we had say a big thank you to our guest, Hershey, the shadow reader, and get a hold of her.
Apologize. This time of year is not good for me, so I have to get down and get quiet, get away from flashy, loud things.
Okay.
So I bid you guys good night and many blessings to everybody.
So thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing your gifts with everybody. So go check her out. She's on YouTube somewhere.
I
I
am and on Facebook. I'm
on
on
Facebook,
both.
and she does shadow reading private.
Shadow Reach, yes.
Yeah, I think it's on your website, right? It's on your
I don't have a website, but it is on my community
page.
about me page.
Okay, so uh, thank you everybody for being here. What time is it? Maybe I stay on for another half hour, but thank you very much, Hershey, for coming. And
Good night, everybody.
thank you. So there we go. I'm all alone. Jesus, I haven't done alone for a while. A little bit. Anyway, unless somebody wants to join me for tonight, for the balance of tonight, maybe a half an hour or so, and celebrate Canada Day. So here I'm in Canada, folks. So today is Canada Day. I know that in the States, they have um, they have a July 4th. So you have a July 4th holidays in the States. Here we have our holiday today. And look what I'm doing for my holiday. I'm on YouTube. Put my face all over YouTube. Hey, yeah. There you go. So, geez, I had thunderstorms here all day, lightning, rain, name it, and a lot of smog. And I don't even smoke. I smell smoke all over the place. uh, and the smoke, we had a lot of friggin' fires up here in Quebec, where I am in Canada, and there's a lot of wood burning. But the rain has helped. But the smoke is way up north, where it's more intense, where the fires are. But that smoke gets around. I got to New York. I got to other places in the States. Wow. And she says, Edwin says, I'm watching you enjoying my nachos tonight. She says, yeah, okay. I don't have any, I don't eat that stuff, but I had, I don't know if you guys know about Vitamix. It's a blender, powerful blender to power, 2 horsepower. And the other night I made some chocolate. So, uh, I love the chocolate I made, but I mean it's made of roasted cashews, about 2 cups, a cup of Brazilian nuts, some coconut oil, and some milk chocolate. You mix that up. Well, you chop out the nuts, and when you do that with a Vitamix, the oil in it, it's got natural oil. There's no sugar or nothing. Mix that up. It gets warm because of the friction, because of the movement of the blades. Well, once you put coconut oil in it, I think it's a couple spoonfuls, I can remember. But you need a powerful motor because you burn your blender. If you got a cheap blender, boy, you'll burn it. But once it's made, then I pour it out, and Jesus, it's milk chocolate, like pippets of milk chocolate. You put that in there. It's really good. I mean, it melts in your mouth. You just go, oh my god. Me and my wife were, stick uh, uh, butter knife in it. Little bit. You want some? Geez, we ate a half a jar in about half an hour. Or so. You can't stop. I mean, one after the other, one after the other. Just half a jar like a mason jar, because I put it in there. But it's warm at first. It's warm, and you take it with a spoon because it's warm. It's like creamy and everything. But if you put it in the fridge, after you put it in the fridge, it freezes. It freezes. Not frozen. You don't put it in the freezer, but you put it in the bottom, and it freezes like together. Comes together. Oh my God! I put it in a mason jar, but you could put it in a baking pan or something like that. It depends how much you make. So you can adjust that recipe. So that's what I love about doing that. Uh, no chocolate stuff. So anyway, how did you guys enjoy join the live tonight? How did you find it? I loved her energy also because uh, we all have our unique energy of how we help people. So that's her way of helping others. You know, shadow reading. I haven't met that many that do that. I've heard about it. I mean, uh, it's just deep dive readings that go way in deep and bring stuff up so that people can heal from their wounds, whatever we're going through. So there's a lot of people going through a lot of stuff. And yeah, she's unique. I love unique people. I love people that they're really who they are. I mean, they don't pretend to be somebody else. So yeah, that because I'm like that myself. So I don't I don't try to be anybody else but me, and it feels good in my skin. So I love being in my skin. That's the only place I feel good. So it took me a long time to get there. I had to get rid of about we all have this stuff that we gather while we're growing up. We go through. I call it limited beliefs. We all get those limited beliefs. Yeah. So we have these programs. Sometimes while we're emotionally upset and all this stuff, we're trying to figure our lives out. We're trying to survive. We're trying to get out of all this pile of crap. you know, uh, we go through all this stuff. We don't actually notice or are not aware of these limited beliefs that play games on it. You repeat, you repeat, you repeat. I know I went through that because abuse. When you go through abuse, this person abused you, and then I had the thing I was doing. It was, oh Jesus, my life is all screwed up because of this person. This his fault, his fault, his fault. Then I didn't know when you do that, you sort of give your power away to that person. So then I had to release. I had become aware. The only way I became aware was by doing meditation. Meditation is a tool that you can use. You can you can work. You can do light language. You can do Reiki. You can do all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of tools for everyone. Everyone. But the one I love is meditation, and meditation was with because I love nature. So loving nature, I love the sound of nature. I didn't like the guided meditations, but except JJ when she did light language, that I it resonated with me in my soul. So it makes it makes my soul vibrate when she does that. So, but other people like. guided meditations. I love the sound of water, ocean waves, birds, rain, which pull me into these states, the state of mind to be able to release, and it actually changes your vibration, your brain vibration. So instead of thinking, criticizing yourself, or thinking of focusing on all kinds of crap, it sort of brings you deep inside of you to be so that you become of your aware of your the part of the unconscious, your limited beliefs. And when you become it, you say, "What the hell is that doing there? How come?" I even did meditations where I saw myself, and you do see yourself when you go deep into that, and you do it often. You have to do it regularly. Though. I did it every day, all the time for years and years. That's how I became aware. And then suddenly I noticed a change in me because while I was doing those meditations, that's how I became aware of putting myself in victim mode. I was doing it. I didn't. I thought, well, if my life's all screwed up because this person did this to me, I was blaming everything, but I didn't see myself. I was putting myself in victim mode. What I'm talking about victim mode, I'm talking about I was not honored or loved when I was young. I was abused and all this stuff. So when you're abused and everything, you want to be loved, be honored, and find the love of your life and all this stuff. So instead of doing that, I was, you know, going through life trying to do the best I can. I still help people, but the only thing is that I put myself the first to give you a little bit of attention or a little bit of love like that. I was putting myself in victim mode because I wanted so much to be accepted, so much to be loved. That's what I was doing, and I noticed myself, and I was really I had to talk to myself. I really worked on myself like crazy. I said, Jesus, I put myself in the victim. What the hell? Why am I doing that? Why did I do that again? And I asked why and why all the time until I got the answer. The answer was that I was didn't know self care. I had to start. Love starts with you. It doesn't start. But I learned to love others, and I always put myself in the victim mode, and that's why all my relationships were all screwed up before because until I noticed that I was putting myself in victim mode, I stopped that. So yeah, I stopped doing that, and it's through meditation I stopped doing that. So, but I know of a lot of people that do that. Well, especially people that they're looking for love. When's my soulmate come along? When's all this? And I say, Jesus, you got to be careful who you want, what you want in life, because you can attract exactly what you want, but except you don't want all that old stuff. You don't want to go through that stuff. You're suffering, you suffer, and you're suffering. You wonder what the hell. Jesus, how come this thing doesn't work for me? How come I'm getting like a baseball? I always refer myself to getting hit with a baseball bat every time. So, Jesus, what the hell? How come I put myself in that thing again? Jeez. Then you sort of feel worthless. You're not worthy of love. You feel like Jesus. Self confidence went down the drain. But I was used to that because I was abused and I was told I was stupid. I was told I wasn't worthy. I shouldn't. I was told I couldn't speak up or I couldn't say what I wanted to say. So I took the whole baggage and put it on my shoulders. So, and when you realize exactly what you produce in life, you become victim. You were a victim of that in your younger days, and you become the victim. You victimize yourself as you go through life. You bring that stuff with you. You don't know you do that, you know. But anyway, I had to work a lot on myself. I got a lot of help with. I've been through a lot of how do you say that? People that put their like, psychiatrists or people that they would gather together and talk about these things and all the relationships and uh, people who are trying to help other people. I, I through all kinds of that, stuff like that. So eventually, I woke up. I woke up, and Jesus, the best thing I ever did was wake up because I didn't know I was trying to be somebody else except myself because I didn't, you know, because when you're in that state, you always think other people have better values, they're more loved than you are, they're better than you. That's because of self issues like self confidence, love issues. Nobody taught me how to start loving myself and how I did that. Well, I took a picture. I had a picture of me a long time ago. I was 9 years old. So the only picture, that, by the way, I have. So my picture, I'll show it to you. I was only 9 years old. That's my picture of me when I was 9 years old. Okay. Uh, that picture is that I took that picture and I started doing this, starting telling that child inside of me that and figuring out the fears, where I belong, all this stuff. I had to clean out the closet, pull the strings, everything, you know. Uh, it took me a while to get out of that, but I noticed the change in me, and I noticed that, you know, eventually, all you people, I didn't always have a channel. I had a channel 2.5 years now. I was playing other people's channels, and I was like you guys, looking for answers. And COVID hit, and when COVID hit, I started watching YouTube a lot. So then I found Ninja G, uh, I found Freebird Spirit, Scott Essence, whatever his name is, Scott Essence. All these people, JJ was there too. JJ was doing light language with Karen Sage and Freebird Spirit and all that. And one day they had an open mic night, so I was invested. I put my name in it. I was the last one that put my name into being accepted in open mic night, and I did some reading with them. I was, I was like, I don't know, I wasn't sure of myself, but I did it anyway. So I had the opportunity, and I said, "Wow." Then I had other people that invited me on their channel, and I did 2 hours. I did 2 hours reading, and I said, "Oh my God, I can do this." Um, it's not that I didn't do readings before. I did a long time ago, about 30, 35 years ago, but it wasn't like having YouTube and like-minded people. It was, Jesus, it scared the hell out of me because things happened to me that, wow. I mean, when you're only about, I was young then, living with another guy, and then this girl phones, but my friend has gone to work, and I'm the one that answers the phone. So while I was answering the phone, she says, "I got a job." And before she finished, I said, "You went there, 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 there." The spirit tore and made me say stuff that unbelievable. And she said, "Oh my God, you followed me." And I swear I didn't follow you. I never followed you. I couldn't get out of it. And I shocked the hell out of me. It shocked the crap right out of me, to be able to do that. But Spirit wanted to show me something. And they shocked the hell out of me doing that. So anyway, another time I went to, there was a group I was following. It's like spiritual group and things like that. They were showing how to tarot cards and how they read tarot cards and all that. I didn't have any tarot cards. I didn't know what the hell they was anyway. So I was invited to the restaurant. So with them, I said, okay, I'm going to join the gang and go eat with them. It was in a great restaurant with pancakes, different styles, 101 styles of pancakes, blueberry pancakes, whatever, all that stuff. So anyway, I went in that restaurant to join them, and I sat at a table. Everybody had a friggin' cards all over the place, like in French. Okay, they were tarot cards from Marseille. I don't know if you've seen that before, but those were the tarot cards they had, and they were reading each other back and forth. I'm sitting there. I don't have any cards, by the way, and Spirit takes over and tells me. I start reading the friggin' person in front. That like these two people in front of it, they were reading it. One was reading for the other, and before she even got started, I started reading what friggin' there's nothing. I just went bang and started. I started mentioning, you know, I started mentioning some stuff, and that person, what I said, resonated with so much because I said something that only her she knew. You know what I mean? And my God, she got up and said, "Oh my God, you read tarot cards and yeah, blah 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 blah." But everybody's looking at me, and I'm saying, I'm in shock. Like I'm all stunned, like shocked, like crazy. I didn't want to do that because it shocked the hell out of me. So another time, um, that that happened. It happened another time where I had the tarot cards, but Jesus, people were phoning me in the middle of the night. What's going to happen next? I got so sick of it. I threw all the friggin' cards on the floor. 78 of them. There were 78 cards, the tarot cards from Marseille. Tarot cards from Marseille. I don't know how you know. So while I threw them on the floor, I had to pick them up, of course. Jesus. I got pissed off because I didn't want to be responsible for anybody because I felt like, Jesus, I don't like this. I don't like people hanging on to me. And Jesus, you got to tell me it's going to happen next. They were like sucking my energy out. I didn't even know then what an empath was. I didn't even know I was an empath, but I knew I was sensitive, but not at that point anyway. So eventually, my friend had he was going out with a girlfriend that came from Egypt, not Egypt, Turkey. Sorry, yeah, Turkish lady. So one time she comes over to my apartment because we talk to each other and everything. So she came over to my apartment and asked, I would like to come and read for my family. Me, stupid me, I don't think about it. I said, okay, sure. So I take my friggin' cards, I go to her family, I meet her family, and her family asked me a question about a loved one that's passed on the other side. So I start reading and telling that person all about the person on the other side. Then the lady turns around. That's a lot of money. That's 35 years, and she gives me $20 for the reading, which is a lot of money at the time. So gives me $20, and then when I walked outside, I gave half to the other lady. So Jesus, and then I'm scratching my friggin' head, and I said to myself, why the hell did I say yes for? Because I just realized that her boyfriend was taking tarot lessons. I wasn't taking tarot lessons. I didn't know what the friggin' cards meant anyway. I was just reading, just like that. So so he's taking courses, and I'm sitting there. What the hell? Why'd you ask me to go read for your family? Why did you ask your friggin' boyfriend after she left? I'm scratching my head. Jesus, spirit took over again. They done me in a couple of times like that. It scared the crap out of me. So I didn't want to touch this stuff anymore until I got. I had to heal some stuff in my heart. So anyway, uh, I got a reading from Debbie Freebird and Karen, who because there's the question that came to my mind because I lived through. I had an ex-girlfriend who committed suicide, and she didn't commit suicide because of me. She committed suicide because she had problems, like. And I wonder why would you commit suicide when I was there for you. I supported you. I gave you all the love you needed and supported you every way, and I couldn't understand. I hung on to that for over 30 years, I think, because it left like a void in my brain, and I like today if somebody goes through something like that, go get help because I didn't get help. I did too. I did all alone. I all alone in my brain. Maybe I should have did this. Maybe I should have that. Where blah 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 blah. And I questioned this, and all of a sudden I almost went nuts because like crazy. Like my brain was like, wow. Then I used to see her, and I thought that person was her because I didn't believe she committed suicide, but I knew she committed suicide. But geez, your brain goes wacky, when uh, like that. And I tapped with somebody on the shoulder. Jesus, not her. But I thought it was her. It was so much real to me. I was sick, like mentally sick for a while. Instead of sleeping on my bed, I used to sleep on the floor. Like I don't know, I was doing all kinds of weird stuff anyway. I went through all that thing in my head for a long time. Then it wasn't completely healed until I had that reading with Debbie Freebird and Karen because they that girlfriend of mine, ex-girlfriend of mine, appeared, and they were telling me that she appeared full of holes. So she was full of holes. I couldn't, no matter that. Then I got the image of um, uh, foam cup full of holes. Put water in it. Put all the love in it. Put all kinds of water in it, and it'll go through. No matter how much love you give that person, they cannot. They cannot. They cannot. You can't do nothing with it because I mean, so her soul was already wounded, which I didn't know. I was wounded by my own life, but her soul was wounded also, and that is really really hard to go through. So I advise people to go get help, but don't do what I did. But I made it through. But I mean, I imagine the toll it has on your head. Absorb that. And there's another thing that besides the ex-girlfriend, she had a little girl. She was about 5 years old, and that little girl, when I first saw her with her mom, I started dating her mom. I wasn't living with her, but I started dating with her. Uh, that little girl, the first time she saw me, she just grabbed me by the neck and she fell asleep on me, like hanging onto my neck. So imagine that. She took me, adopted me like a father for her, I guess. I don't know. She had confidence. She so I that night, that day that she committed suicide, I lost both of them. I know the family said if you want to see her again, the little girl, you can. But I didn't want to because I was dramatized like crazy and I didn't want to put my suffering on the little girl. You know what I mean? She had enough of her own. So I just like a wounded animal. What does he do? He goes in his corner and suffers alone in my corner. That's what I did. So instead of reaching out, so, even the family, I stopped visiting the family. I stopped everything because I don't know. I did that. So I don't advise anybody do that. So yeah, yeah. I guess she felt safe with me, but she used to. We used to play a lot together. So her mother and me, and you know, like anyway, I don't know. There's something about me that I noticed that young children, babies, and they're attracted to me. They come. I can see their innocence in their eyes. There's something about the the child, the innocence. It just gets to me, and I've had family who had babies and things like that, and when they were babies, I didn't first time I seen them, so I used to go play with them like that, and then the child, the baby, just smiles. There's like a big smile on their face. So you know what I mean? Uh, yeah. So I guess my near death experience, the unconditional love, was already in was already there without me being aware of it. So you know, because because I know that that energy, unconditional love, goes through me, whether I have no control of it. I have no say in it. I have it doesn't. It just I'm just like a channeler, channel that stuff through me. That they get their message through me. I guess that's the way it is. So. But these little babies, you can see in their eyes. They're boom. They're looking at you. And you got this freaking smile, and the beautiful energy that comes out of them is amazing. But I mean, the innocence, I guess. So it's like I think they saw the real me through my eyes, through my soul. So it's I now, like I have a neighbor that died from cancer. He used to be one of my great neighbors that love like I did that. I made that Murphy bed. That's a Murphy bed back there. I made it myself. But he used to love working with wood. So do I. I mean my own kitchen cabinets. I know some of you saw it. All my kitchen cabinets, but that's a Murphy bed I made. I also made a filing cabinet out of wood with wheels on it. So anyway, there's a lot of stuff I did. But he used to love working with me. Love, we shared things. He died for cancer. He had cancer, and he went through a lot of uh, I don't know how you say that chemotherapy or something like that. And his son, he had a son who was younger, and when he died, the son he came and always come to see me after that, so to talk to me. So anyway, and I told him, I said, it's funny, you have a friend like that you could talk to and say things stuff. He knew I was different, but I'm not talking about religion. I'm a Catholic too. I was born Catholic, but I don't practice like that because I have my own. I believe everybody has their own spirituality. You're born with it. Okay, it just you just need to connect with it. You know what I mean? You have what I'm talking about. Spirituality, your truth, not the one that comes out is somewhere else. It doesn't matter what religion you follow. If you have all those, once you're on the other side, they don't. There's not such a thing. I'm Catholic. There's not such a thing. I'm Buddhist or I'm this. I'm that. I'm this. I'm that. It's it's your spirituality is your connection to. Once you're on the other side, you're automatically connected to the universe, and you know everything. So it doesn't make any. You don't bring that stuff with you. You don't bring. Well, I'm Buddhist. I'm this and that. About my beliefs and that. All those things drop. Just boom. It's pure unconditional love. That's what it is. So, uh, because I know there's a lot of people go out there and saying, "Geez, I'm scared of death." Death. You know what happens is that once we transit on the other side, because we have, um, I always said, we are light beings. Uh, we come on Earth and we have a human experience. Okay, so our bodies is left behind, but there's another part of our there's another part of us that's soul and spirit, which is in it's it's like this, joined and united, and that part never dies. So if and then whatever is going on here, mental issues or whatever you have here, you leave it all here behind. And when you reach on the other side and you're on the other side, you come by 100% what you were. And people think, when you're on the side, you actually connect to all the universe and you know everything. You know why this happened, why that, this and that, what's going on. You know the whole freaking story. I can't explain how I know that. I just knew that when I was on the other side. It's they're all souls on the other side, and believe it or not, once you're on the other side, you will see everybody that you are connected, loved with, all your soul family, the whole earth, your ancestors, your loved ones, your dad, your your mother, your sister, your brother, the whole thing. And on this side, it's not the same thing. They don't have these issues that we have here as a human being. Our issues come from limited beliefs. I I call them limited beliefs that we pick up when we're young and we go through life, and we think that these things are you, that your story is you. No, this is a story. This is an experience you go through. It's not you. You, the real you, doesn't have all this. You know what I mean? It's just that it's just that we think our story is your identity. It's not your identity. Your identity, you are a soul and a spirit and a soul, and it's way beyond what people think. Okay, but you do have love connection that you create here, and what happens is, because I remember my mom in year 2000, I was sitting in the hospital with her, and she was, you know, passing. So I was holding her hand. It was about 5 o'clock in the morning. I was still holding her hand. I was sitting in a friggin' chair. I was tired like crazy though, because I wasn't like comfortable. I was sitting in a friggin' hospital chair and hanging on to her hand. And the first message, this is weird. What I'm going to say, it's not everybody gets a message like that, but I did. Uh, I was holding on her hand, and I heard her last breath. She took her last breath, and I was there hanging onto her hand. And the message that she sent me through hanging onto my hand, or me hanging onto her hand, was excitement, joy. It's party time. That's exactly what she sent me. She sent me that message, but actually, she knew that I would understand. But the thing, when I got that message, I knew I understood what she was saying, or transmitting that message to me. She saw people she hasn't seen for a long, long time. She was overjoyed, greeted, and loved beyond. whatever exists on earth, unconditional love. And it's like excitement, party. It's like it's a celebration. It really felt like a big celebration, like a big gathering celebration, because once she was on the other side. So I had to keep that to myself because if I tried to explain that to other people, you know, her her friends, loved one, I had to keep that to myself. I couldn't tell them what I had to receive as a message because they say you Jesus, yeah, they'll lock you up for that. You're strange. You're mentally ill. But I wasn't ill. I was sane, like really. So she actually sent me that message, and she knew I would understand, and I do understand. That's the way it works. That's the message I had for you guys. So don't ever think you. I know how we feel when we miss somebody physically, but my mother comes in spirit all the time. She does readings with me. She's always around. She's she helps me to help you somebody. She knows what she's actually connected. Sometimes you know uh, she's helping me do what I am, and I feel like there's a bunch of people on the other side. Like I was telling my wife today, I said, "There's a bunch of people on the other side," and I see all my relatives and all my loved ones and everybody that I had contact with in this life. They're sitting on the other side with a big smile on their face. I said, they all have a smile on their face. And they're looking at me and they're having a smile on their face. They're actually honoring me for what I'm doing. And while I'm doing on this journey on the earth and trying to help myself heal with you guys, same time as you guys, because we're all like minded people, we're all helping each other. I'm actually helping them to do heal themselves also. You know, so you call it what you want, the chosen one, the da whatever. But I'm doing what they couldn't realize in this life. I'm doing it for myself, but at the same time I'm doing that, I'm it's a healing process. It's nothing to do with you know yeah, it's a healing process. I don't know how to explain it, but while you heal yourself, you're healing your whole ancestors. We won't come back to this point where, oh Jesus, I have to reincarnate myself and I have to go through this again and this da 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 da. Da. No, we'll never have to go through that again. So that I know, okay, because it's that's what I had to do anyway. It's quite a journey, but I'm not the only one that goes through this. This people, my God, oh my God, they've been in so much. Uh, they've been through a lot. You know what I mean? So yeah, my mom helps me a lot. So and I always have a couple of archangels that I ask for help. One is Archangel Metatron. The other is Archangel Michael. And I got to share a story with you guys. I said it at first today. Uh, Last summer we had some kind of tornadoes go through the around this area. I wasn't. Yeah, I was touched by the tornado winds, high winds, and things like that, but nothing damaged the house anyway. So we were 3 days, 3 whole days without electricity, without power, and during those 3 days, well, I need power to pump up the water. We had no water, and I have a dog, and Jesus, I had to go around and get some water, bottled water, or something to dog needs water. Just- anyway, and I don't have a lake around, and I don't have nothing. So anyway, as I have a 3 foot hallway to go to the rooms. Now, from the kitchen to the rooms, you have to go through a hallway, and then you have your um, I don't know how to. I'm searching for the words. Okay, so as my wife's sitting on a chair in the kitchen table, and she's looking at me. Now we have no power. Okay, so as I walk towards I'm just entering the first part of the hallway, and I got my back turned to my wife, and I look on the walls and up there, and I see light all around me. I said, "What? What's that?" You know, Jesus, the power must have come back because I was seeing light on both sides of me and above me. You know, like this. I was looking like that, not ahead of me, but just above around me like this. I said, "Wonder what the hell." So I turned around and asked my wife, "Jesus, did you see that light?" She was there. She go, she was looking at me, like sitting on a chair looking at me. And I remember I told her, I said, because, I just asked Archangel Metatron to protect us. So, and as I turned around and asked her that and told her that, she was just like her mouth was wide open and she was looking at me. Like she saw something. She told me, well, I thought it was electricity was there too, but when I looked at you, I saw from your waist all around your head, you were light up. She saw the light. So that light was shining in front of me, but I couldn't see my back, but she saw the whole back. I was lit up. So, and I believe that was the protection from Archangel Metatron, like a light. It was so strong that it glowed right off the walls and up above. But I didn't know that it was on me, on my back. I didn't know that. She did. She saw the whole thing, and she witnessed it. So wow, yeah, that is something. And I still remember that, and I'm glad that she was able to witness that. So because she's a little bit like me. She doesn't do what I do, but she lets me be me. So she lets me be free to do this because if you're married to somebody that has, trying to tell you what to do with your life and blah, 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 I couldn't do this. I mean, I won't be able to, but she lets me be who I am meant to be because she understands. It's weird. It's strange, but it's awesome to have a person in your life that lets you be who you want to be, who you need to be, and understands. It's a wonderful thing to be like to have that. So yeah, she lets me be me so I can help other people. But she knows me. I've always been like that. Help other people. But it's amazing to have a person in your life like that. I not always had a person like that. I had people that tried to control me, bully me, tell me what to do. That is wow. And besides, I couldn't have a better. I'm grateful for all you guys. All you guys. You're like a soul family to me. So. And soul family is very, very important for all to feel accepted, belong to, and because soul family is important. I don't know. I have soul family from all over the world. You guys are coming in these chats. You guys that follow me on YouTube. I mean, I follow other channels too. It's a family coming together. That's why it's needed today because each one of you has you have the gift too, and intuitively you're you're at that same, I don't know how to say that. We're going in with the flow of the energy. We're coming together as a soul family. We're helping each other heal. We, as soon as you expressed whatever you're going through in these chats, there's a lot of people supporting you. There's a lot of love going around, and that's what is needed in the world. It's coming together because we have to stop this friggin' violence that I'm right, you're wrong, I'm right, you're wrong. This is personal stuff. I'm right, you're wrong, and we have to get out of this friggin' energy. That's been a long time, um, in in the world. That no, I'm right, I'm wrong, and then you start arguing. And all that does was nobody wins in that energy because it's not everybody loses in that because it divides people, it separates people. You know, who cares who's right and who's wrong? As long as it resonates with you, if it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So, you know, because on the other side, there's none of that. It's just, yeah. On the other side, if you, if I could give you a glimpse of the other side, when you on the other side, you reach the other side, you are surrounded by pure unconditional love. And unconditional love is hard to understand because it doesn't have any condition. Well, I love you because no, it's not conditional love. It's unconditional love. You are accepted, you are honored, you're celebrated for the uniqueness that you are, your soul that you are, your uniqueness, because you are unique and you're beautiful. You're worthy of that love. Okay, don't ever think you're not. So, uh, that honor and that unconditional love you receive, my God, I don't know what I'm doing back here, but I'm back here because I needed to be here for to help. You know, I guess that's why I'm back. I don't know, but yeah. So, so that's why if you only had a glimpse of that, oh my God, you'd be smiling from way up here. You'd be, Jesus, if you're worthy, you'd receive all that unconditional love and you would be fulfilled in life. You wouldn't have to run after it. You wouldn't have to search for it. But you do have it. It's all inside. It's not outside, it's inside. You just have to connect to your own, I call it your own spirituality because you're born with it. Put it that way. And you're more powerful than you think. We think yeah, I used to think that because I didn't have any confidence in myself or faith. I thought I was that small. I thought I wasn't worthless. I really did. I did. Most people, especially people that survive drama and all this stuff, we think like that. We criticize ourselves. We put ourselves down. We're the worst persons. When you criticize yourself, oh my God, I don't know. I used to say stuff to myself that nobody else um, told me my whole life. I criticized myself. I put myself down. I used to hate myself. Imagine that, me hate myself. Yeah, I went through that, but that wasn't me. I was hating. It was all these stuff that we go through. Okay, so it's a battle to get there, but I got there. It took a long time to get there, but eventually we'll all get there. We're all in the same boat. We all can help each other. Okay. Um, and thank you so much for sharing your time with me. I've been on for a while. I think I gotta say good night. But a happy July 4th, you guys. Here it's Canada Day. So with all the smoke. And I don't smoke. There's smoke all over the place. You can feel it in the air. Uh, so anyway, so happy July 4th, you guys. And always, always say, anything you do, the heart always wins. Listen to your heart. This thing there can go, can pull you in different directions, but the heart always, the universe talks through your heart. I know it's, when you've been hurt a lot, you want to shut down. You want to protect your heart. You know what I mean? That's what I did that a long time. I protected myself. No, I don't want anybody to come close to me. I don't want anybody that blah 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 blah. But I had to open up. But first of all, I had to find out not the just the effect, but the cause of my pain, and I had to reach down and be aware of it. So, and a lot of you guys helped me through that in these chats by accepting, uh, by your love, and I thank you for that, each and every one of you. So, much love to everybody, and good night, everybody. Sleep well, and happy July 4th. My July 1st. Here is July 1st, and we have Canada Day, so we have a long weekend. So you guys is, I think it's on Tuesday. Am I right? July 4th is on Tuesday, right? So I hope that resonated with you guys, and you know, love goes a long, long way. Love is the only energy that I know that heals. So, so good night, everybody. Thank you for sharing your time. Thank you to all my moderators. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for the thumbs up. And you know, share if you can share my channel with other people. So you know, I'd love to grow and help more people if I can. Keep going. So I've been at it for 2.5 years already. I didn't think I didn't think I'd last that long because I thought I'd fall on my face. I remember JJ was here when I did the talking about my near-death experience. She was in the chat and she would listen to me. I talked for 3.5 hours on my near-death experience. I couldn't believe it. I thought people were falling asleep, but no, they were here. So good night, everybody. Take care.